Hello students, today we will discuss about the neurons. So, do you know what are neurons? Basically, neurons are the cells considered to be the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. They are responsible for the electrical signals that communicate information about sensations and that produce movements in response to those stimuli, along with inducing through processes within the brain. An important part of the function of neurons is in their structure or functions. Parts of neurons are cell body, dendrites, axon, and axon terminal. Now we will discuss about the parts of neuron in detail. Now the number A is dendrite. Dendrites are branch-like structures extending away from the cell body, and their job is to receive messages from other neurons and allow those messages to travel to the cell body. Dendrites are specialized to receive signals from neighboring neurons and carry them back to the cell body. Uh, B is cell body. Now the main portion of the neuron is called cell body. In the center of the cell body is the nucleus of the cell where the chromosomes that contain all of the genetic material are stored. This is also the part of the cell that creates mRNA for cell replication, and the cell body relies the information down to the axon. C part is axon. Axon is a tube-like structure that carries an electrical impulse from the cell body to the structures at opposite end of the neuron, that is axon terminals, which can then pass the impulse to another neuron. Myelin sheet is also present around the axon, is called as myelinated nerve fibers. This myelin sheet further consists of protein lipid complex called as Schwann cells. There is a short gap between the two segments of axon is the nodes of Ranvier where the signals get recharged. Now the D part is axon terminal. An axon terminal is the very end of a branch of nerve axon. Axon terminal is the last step for the relay of information inside the neurons. There are many neurons in the nervous system. That is a number in the trillions. They can be classified as depending upon the number of poles. Number one is unipolar neuron, number two bipolar neuron, and number three multipolar neuron. So the unipolar neurons have a single pole from which the both axon and dendrite arise. True unipolar are present only in embryonic stage in human beings. Second is bipolar neuron. These neurons have two poles, one for axon and other for dendrite. Bipolar neurons are found in the vestibular cochlear ganglia in the nasal olfactory epithelium and bipolar cells in the retina of the eyes. The third one is multipolar neurons. These have many poles. One of the pole give rise to axon and all other to dendrites. In central nervous system, most of the neurons are multipolar. There are so many neurons depending upon the functions. Number one, motor neuron, and number two, sensory neurons. So the motor neurons are also known as efferent nerve cells. These carry impulses from central nervous system to the effector organ like muscles, glands, and blood vessels. These neurons have very long axon and short dendrites and all are multipolar. Now, the sensory neurons are also known as afferent nerve cells. These carry impulses from effector to the central nervous system, and these neurons have very short axon and long dendrite. Most sensory neurons are unipolar, few are bipolar.